Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So we all know the Houston Rockets are looking to trade everybody on the roster except for James Harden. But of course, if the right deal comes, they will probably even consider that. The Houston Rockets, they lost to the Golden State Warriors in probably the most devastating way, losing to them without Kevin Durant. And that loss without KD, I think, shook their confidence a little bit because now you see Houston trying to make moves because they think they need to definitely improve their roster if they want a shot of beating the Golden State Warriors, especially if KD decides to return to Golden State. That's a huge if, but if that happens, you know you're going to have to improve your roster if you're going to want to compete in the Western Conference. With that said, they've already made calls around the league saying everybody's available, but specifically, they called the Dallas Mavericks and said that Clint Capela is available. Now, you know the Dallas Mavericks, they already have Kristaps Porzingis, Dirk Nowitzki no longer there. They need a true center. Of course, you could put Kristaps Porzingis at the 5, but you definitely want a center that could be there and be reliable. Clint Capela is going to be there. He's going to be on the defensive side of the basketball for you, and he's going to be able to rebound and get those putbacks, lobs, all that good stuff for you as well. Somewhat of a DeAndre Jordan type of guy that they just had last season that they actually traded for to get Kristaps Porzingis. Of course, you have to pay him that contract that he just signed. But that is definitely something that is interesting for the Dallas Mavericks perspective. Now, what are you going to have to give up to get him? Because for the Houston Rockets, yes, they want to improve, but realistically, how much can they improve in the situation that they're currently in? I've been saying this for a while. They are essentially trapped with what they have. That Chris Paul contract is not movable at all. I don't see any team that is that desperate enough to bail you out unless you're giving them a ton of equity back, and I don't see that happening from the Houston Rockets at this point. So I think they are definitely stuck with a player like Chris Paul. The only movable guy out of those big three is Clint Capela. But even that contract isn't really the most favorable for a lot of teams. I think they want those type of players. But if you're going to bring that contract, are you going to be willing to give up a lot for that in return? That remains to be seen. I think that would be the easiest person to trade, if anybody out of that big three. But ultimately, I think all three return. I don't think Houston makes a trade that big. Yes, they may make a few smaller trades here and there. But when it comes to their big three of Clint Capela, Chris Paul, and James Harden, of course, I don't see any solution to their problem. I think all of them will come back because either their contracts or just James Harden being too valuable. But they did reach out to the Dallas Mavericks. They did have a little bit of a dialogue talking about what they want for Clint Capela. Will Dallas be the ultimate landing spot for Clint Capela? That, of course, remains to be seen. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. Would you like to see Clint Capela with the Dallas Mavericks? And if so, what does the Dallas Mavericks need to offer to get Clint Capela on their team? You guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.